Leon. I live in the Webster's Triangle, a resident here.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I live here as well. We received an initial phone call from the council about 5 weeks ago, and the reasons given to us for them wanting the garden removed were not clear. And we waited, we received something in writing last week, and their reason said that inevitably cars are going to park up on the pavement, so it doesn't leave enough pedestrian room on the walkway.
You're not going to be able to get away from things like scaffolding and builders material, but I think to me that they prove to be more of a hazard than anything. You know, you are having to come off the path to walk in the road.
Yeah, this is the safest place in the triangle.
Yeah, and then, you know, there's the old thing with, you know, pavement slabs being cracked and trip hazards. So, you know, I think with the way that the initial message come out 5 weeks ago, it wasn't clear from the start, and there was a bit of kind of like a bit of a query, and it seemed a bit third hand. So we just investigated that and tried to find out what that was.
The community look after this space. It's been a community effort over 8 months. They put out all the plants. We have monthly events where they look after the plants and plant up more. We put out herbs like rosemary and mint. We had a couple of tomatoes this year, some chives. We've got strawberries. Hopefully next year there'll be a lot more. At the monthly events, we also pick up the litter in the area because there's some neglect, and we share food, and it brings people out of their houses. So it's been proven to improve people's well-being and mental health, and since the plants have been put out to help the resident in that way, there's a lot of children and families from the wider area who pass through this road, and so they've responded really well to it. Things are tactile, the smells, they can pick things.
Yeah, it's just a natural thoroughfare from Lawrence Road to Smithdown Road, the main entrance into town. And obviously a couple of schools, so that naturally, you know, there's quite a few people coming through.
This garden being done to help the people living here, it's also a symbolic action to highlight the neglected spaces in the triangle and that is we've not been having much cooperation or support from the council, so these efforts are to bring, in some ways, to bring more attention to that cause, and the council have started to listen to us a bit more, and we've had to shout to the wider public about this garden being removed, and now that has created some dialogue with the council, and there's no solution yet to them wanting to get rid of our plants, but there are some sort of negotiations.
You know, hopefully something can be sorted out, and it was, you know, going back to basics. It was just about bringing community together and getting to know one another, and just writing a different narrative to what has previously been portrayed in a derelict area.